It's your Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, live from AT&T Stadium on this Dallas Cowboys radio network station.
It's the Cowboys
John.
and Eagles. Sunday started with the
I'll just
pregame
talk
at
through the
2
mic. You're not getting
here
talk
on
back.
ESPN Central Texas.
It's off to the
It's the board.
desert this Saturday for Dave Aranda and the Bears. Take on the Arizona Wildcats in Big 12 play. 10 a.m. for the Baylor alumni. Noon kickoff.
All right, about 30
with
seconds.
John, Nick, and Ricky from Tucson for the Bears and the Wildcats this Saturday on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
Welcome to the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Today's show is broadcast live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue and brought to you by Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Texas Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance. Partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. TFNB, your bank for life. The official local bank of Baylor Athletics.
Can you hear me, John?
Baylor Scott and White Health.
Okay,
the
cool.
official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way.
All right, have a great show, guys.
HEB, the official grocer of Baylor Athletics. Proudly serving Texans since 1905. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Now, here's your host, the voice of the Baylor Bears, John Morris.
that's volleyball.
Yeah.
You know, it's you got to keep scoring. So we kept siding out, and you know, we persevered through it, and that was good because they were trying to have a 7K day, 7,000 fans there. For that match. I don't think they hit that mark, but you know, I think their crowd was kind of keeping them fighting into it, but I thought we matched it with our energy.
Wow. But 35-33, you said you've had one that long or longer before.
Yeah, you know, I've coached matches actually into the 40, like
Wow.
back in the day you used to play to 30, so that kind of was part of it.
True.
But it's yeah, it doesn't happen a lot, but when it happens, you're always mindful of it. You know, I think that one's important because that was the final set. So then we're walking out of there with a victory,
Right.
and then not, you know, losing a tight one, maybe demoralized. You're going into that quick 15-point fifth set where anything can happen.
Is that the longest match you've had in your time at Baylor? One set.
You know, I got an amazing SID. He's giving me the thumbs up, so he says yes.
Is that a yes, Matt?
He says
Way to go,
yes.
Matt. I would think so. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything like that. So that's pretty wild and great to win it. I mean,
yeah,
if you're going to play that
great
long,
to win. If you're going to play that long, you want to win the last point.
Right,
So I don't
right.
care how many points, as long as we win the last point of every set.
win the last one.
I'd be happy with that.
That's true. That's exactly right. All right, Coach Ryan McGuyre is with us. Baylor volleyball, our topic. Our first guest tonight on the Baylor Coaches Show. We'll take a break and be right back. We'll continue live from Rudy's. Thanks to our host here at Rudy's. It is the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. And we're back live from Rudy's right after this.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan,
Right back, John.
you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. No reputable company or government agency will ever ask you to pay them with gift cards, Bitcoin, or a person-to-person payment app. Scammers use these options because the money can't be traced. Just don't do it.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray. To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyota on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Welcome back live from Rudy's on the Baylor Coaches Show this evening. We appreciate your being with us this evening here at Rudy's with Coach Ryan McGuyre, Baylor volleyball coach. Thanks to our host at Rudy's, as always. Daniel is here. See if he pokes his head out, but we appreciate Daniel and everyone. Rudy's a proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. With Thanksgiving next week, if you're looking for a good turkey, they got them here. They've got a spiral cut ham you could get from here at Rudy's. So there you go. There's a couple of options for next week. You got a match on Wednesday, and then that's the end of your regular season. Thanksgiving is Thursday. What does your Thanksgiving look like? Do you let the girls go, or what's that schedule?
Yeah, they're fortunate. We're the only Big 12 team that ends on Wednesday, so they'll get Thanksgiving off on Thursday. I'll give them Friday to travel Saturday we'll have a practice. We'll have a Christmas party at my house. We do a worship night. There'll be a gift exchange. My wife makes great hot chocolate that they all love and want to have. And then Sunday selection show, and we'll find out what our seed is headed into the tournament.
Very cool. Your team Christmas parties are legendary.
They're fun. It is always a highlight of the season for me. You know, beginning of the year we'll have a team at my house kind of when the freshmen first get there, and then end of the year it's kind of a small capstone of like what can we be thankful for. You know, girls will show up this year in their favorite Christmas PJs, and we do gift exchange, hot chocolate, but then a worship night around the campfire where just, you know, they pick the artists and sing their favorite songs.
Very nice. That'll be cool. All right, so that's next week, and fortunate that you do close your schedule before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, last year Thanksgiving was in West Virginia, so we had it in the hotel, and we catered it in, and we invited parents and family, and we had it in the hotel in West Virginia.
Yeah,
so.
Very nice. Very good. Glad you're home this year. Your freshman class this year, gosh, they have been so good. And Ksenia Rachmanchik, again this week, the Big 12 newcomer of the week, and she's been honored several times.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. I think at the beginning of the year we said, like, this team's going to look a lot different in November, December than we are. And she's a big part of why we're continuing to have success. Her game's getting better and better. Making better moves blocking, like serving's been a little bit more consistent. Back row defense, the intensity of, you know, she's being served a lot, so just serve, receive. Our back row attack has improved. Like, and we got a long ways to go in a lot of those areas, but she's a gamer. She loves to be on the court. She's going to take big swings and isn't afraid of the block. We probably feel like the block touches it more than it needs to for her right now, but she's got the right mindset with a good heavy arm.
That's great. And she and Morgan Madison and others, I mean, all your freshmen have been real contributors.
Morgan's continuing to crush it, so reliable, most competitive woman on our team, like already an instant leader for us on the courts. Girls love competing with her, and she's really dialed in, and you know, is kind of turned into that, you know, the most coach-like, coachable, but also like having another coach on the court that's going to communicate the right things to the girls throughout the matches as a freshman. So love her IQ and just love how she listens. And then Bailey, same thing, live arm, can really elevate and annihilate, and does some really good things.
What was the match earlier this year? Bailey had 27 kills, I think?
Yeah, when beat BYU,
that's right.
27 kills. So, yeah, we've had double-digit kills from Bailey, from Kasusha, from Manu, from Gabby, kind of all over this team this year.
That's great. So that freshman class, you knew that you had something special there.
You know, knew we had something. I knew we had something special, Morgan, because we went after her like a long time ago. You know, this itty bitty 12-year-old is in there playing with the 18-year-olds. I'm like, man, she's fearless. She's getting after it for sure. You know, Susha. You know, to be determined once she gets here. Like, loved all the tools, loved the mindset and everything. But, you know, coming from Belarus, it wasn't like I got to see her every other week at tournaments to kind of see the development. So really love how she's progressed. And, again, that's a testament to her. And then, you know, Bailey for sure, like, always had a live arm because she was Morgan's teammate. So always watched her and saw her play. And again, she was committed elsewhere until there was a coaching change, so that worked out well for us.
Wow. But Morgan, she was on your radar when she was 12 years old.
Yeah, she came to camp, Houston Skyline, you know, great club. We've had a lot of players come out of that area. And I remember, you know, somebody overpassed it. And normally when there's an overpass in those middles, they're taking those big swings with no block. Yeah. And most girls at that age are like turning, like kind of going there. And she like ran right up into it. I'm like, let's go. I was sold. I was sold then and there, and then continue to watch. But also like she tore ACL in high school and had to overcome that. And so I'm drawn to the tough ones and overcomers that are like, hey, nothing's going to get my way. And she's you know, one of those players that's probably better because of that, and just forced to watch the game, and then just really gives all of herself at all the
Love
time.
that. Great story. Great story of coming back after the ACL surgery. What about your ranked number, I think 23 this week, RPI number 27? We were hoping you could get up there and get in the top 16 and be a host for the first and second rounds. That's sort of off the table, isn't it?
Yeah, we need a lot of help for that to happen. We got to finish strong, take care of business. Tech, you know, TCU, we're ahead of them in the Big 12, but you know, it's always a battle with them. And you know, need to be able to go on the road and show that we can play well there also, like regardless of where they send us. So, mathematically possible, but we knew last week, like the especially that Iowa State's Colorado trip, we needed to get one of those wins on it to kind of maybe solidify us to keep us in that top group.
I got you. And the TCU, so you're fully focused on Tech, but then it's TCU at TCU next week, and that's big for a number of reasons.
Number of reasons, just, hey, in-state rivalry,
Right.
like we love that one. Like we all love beating TCU. I don't care what sport it is. Doing that, it's it's kind of big. Final standings is going to be big with RPI. It's going to have a big impact on seeding and where we're at in the tournament. All matches matter, but it's I think we finished ahead of TCU maybe the last 9 years in conference. So we're maybe a game and a half ahead of them. So we'd love to. From the recruiting standpoint, like, hey, like Baylor's just always going to beat TCU and be ahead of TCU in it. But, obviously love Jason Williams, what he's doing over there. And, I know Harley's going to spend Thanksgiving at TCU, like after the game, because all their family there. Shelby's family's coaching at TCU with her in-laws, so she's going to celebrate Thanksgiving up there at TCU. So, for the Baylor people, I'd love for them to really enjoy their Thanksgiving by getting the win on that. That'll make or break it for them probably.
Wait, so Shelby has in-laws?
Yeah, so Kyle's brother Brett coaches is the assistant coach at TCU.
How about that?
Yeah.
There's another layer.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah. So great family. They all grew up La Mirada, where I went to college. La Habra near Biola University. So, Brett played for Trevor Johnson, who I had coached and had coached here back in the NAI days, way back when. So, small world for sure. But they don't wear the TCU stuff when they come and visit Shelby down here too much.
Better be careful with that.
And support her husband Kyle, who's coaching here at MCC.
Right.
So,
but so many connections, so that'll be fun. But that's a week away. That is next Wednesday in Fort Worth, 2:00. So it gets you done early, and then on the road for Thanksgiving, wherever that might be. All right, very good. Tech coming up tomorrow night. We talked about senior night. What does this Tech team look like? What's the challenge there?
Yeah, I think the challenge is they've gone through a lot of lineups. I think they play like 4 different middles, and they're all different. Some are off 1 foot, some are off 2 feet, some go in front of the setter, some go behind the setter. They got a really big 6'5" opposite that hits a real heavy ball. I think. We've defended middles well because we're physical in the middle. Like as we've been growing with our freshmen there, like that's been an area of concern that we've made some improvement on, just to be able to defend the backside attack. So that'll be important that we defend the backside tomorrow and continue to win the serve and pass game.
Yeah. All right. Very good. 7:00 tomorrow night in the Farrell Center for Baylor Texas Tech volleyball. All right. We got lots of good questions from the audience. Let's take a break. We'll be back and get to those for Coach Ryan McGuyre in just a moment. It's the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. And we'll be back live from Rudy's right after this.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And welcome back on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. We are live at Rudy's on this Wednesday evening. We appreciate your being with us this evening. Got questions for Coach Ryan McGuyre from the audience. And as we go into these questions, I'm going to say Roy Evans and Bob Barrett, they're co-hosts of the show.
Yeah, sounds
by
good.
The volume of their questions tonight, but they're all very good. So the only thing is they're sitting out there and not up here, so they're sort of co-hosts. But good questions from these guys. First one from Roy: has Ksenia surprised you this year?
Yeah, I don't think she surprised me. We knew what she could do and what she's capable of. I think, you know, you're always surprised as far as different parts of personalities that come out when you see them around the girls versus just, you know, recruiting. You see them mostly on the court, and again, for her, it's you know, harder to get to know her and her family being from Belarus. Beautiful young woman, just 17, so she's managed things extremely well. So I've been excited about the growth. You know, I think what we expected we were getting early, and then, you know, probably pleasantly surprised maybe in some of that growth on this back half, because it's hard. Winning is hard. This transition is hard. Like internationals, I've had like over 30. There's sometimes a point of culture shock that is just so different. They wrestle through that, and so she's managed it much better, honestly, than I expected.
Big 12 Rookie of the Week, we said, second week in a row, so third time this season. So she's had an outstanding freshman year.
Yeah, she's up there leading us in kills now, and a huge part of our offense, huge part of our defense. Weapon from the service line, and again, we're just tip of the iceberg. You know, we didn't get her early in summer, we didn't get her in spring, so she's really trying to squeeze in all of her individual work, you know, with Coach Walker, you know, twice a week. So really excited to have this first spring with her, where we can work through some habits that you know, she's trying to figure out at game speed.
All right, very good. Roy, good question. Thank you. Bob Barrett asked, tell us about the new recruits that were announced a week ago, right? Was that signing day a week ago? And he says, is NIL big in volleyball recruiting?
Yeah, NIL is huge in volleyball recruiting. It matters from the transfer portal. It matters. The new girls are all asking these questions. But Baylor is still big in the volleyball world for the experience and the value that we bring as well. So fortunately, we get to combine that. This is a great class. You know, I'm incredibly excited about this class. It's we get better at every position. We have great setter coming in, great libero coming in, 2 great middles coming in, great outside coming in, and our opposites. You know, number 1 player in Virginia, top 10 in the country. Our class is, I think, 7 or 8, you know, ranked on it. So, you know, combine them with our young group and some returning senior mentorship. I'm really excited. You know, so the NIL, I think, will be important to keep them all together. But yeah, we got some great talent coming into the gym.
Very good. All right, congratulations on that. Similar question from Roy. He says, exciting 2026 class of your players. In a few years, who would you compare?
Nadia. Yeah. Nadia's her own. Like, you know, we know Yasi came in and changed the game for us, but she jumps and elevates like Yasi. So Yasi came in touching like 10-4 and was 10-9 when she graduated. So 10-9, like Nadia's coming in at 10-9. She's coming in already at 10-9. Incredible jumper, incredible leaper in the USA pipeline for us. You know, an opposite that could convert to an outside hitter. So, you know, I really can't compare her because she's unique in who she is. You know, probably has a leaping ability of like a Yasi. I think has the length of kind of like, you know, maybe like Marika was at opposite when we could run it back and she could get on the ball fast or let it, you know, kind of hang and bang a little bit. And then, but probably a personality of like a Morgan that's kind of sweet off the court, but competitive on the court. So, and this class, they're like best friends already. This class too. So I love how well they're gelling and hanging out. And we saw the news other teams like, because we recruit our kids before they can do visits. Like it's on a Zoom call and everyone's doing it, and they're hanging out all the time. We've seen other kids that committed and finally did their official visit and realized they didn't like the other school. They're back on the open market kind of thing, but not our class. They're really cohesive and tight, and it's going to be good. Not as special. She'll I think she'll make an immediate impact for us, and we graduate Manu at opposites, and I think we can plug her in right there to start, and then go from there.
Where's she from?
Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she's the one from Virginia. Good question there, Roy. Thank you about the class. Congratulations on that. Back to Bob, our co-host. What's the biggest difference in coaching men versus coaching women?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've got this before.
Got that question a lot. Yeah. And, I love coaching the dudes, the knuckleheads, because I love the mentorship and for both sides, want people to graduate from our volleyball programs being Christ-like warriors. I think the answer, and everyone's so different. I've had guys cry. I've had girls have fist fights in the gym and stuff at some points. But, the men, their identity is tied up a lot more in how they play early on. And so they normally have to play well in order to feel good about themselves. It's attached to that. The women normally gotta feel good about themselves before they start playing well. So I think there's no gender difference between champions. You gotta have character and confidence. The men can come in as cocky as all get out, and you're trying to work through that character and that bond part of it. I think the women generally want a bond, want to have that, and you're probably trying to develop some of that confidence, that growl, like, hey, remind them you have what it takes to just go annihilate and be good.
Very good. Great question. Great answer. Thanks for that. Back to Roy, our other co-host. Roy says, why did you prepare Sam Erger so well as the head coach?
Yeah,
she's having a great year.
She's having a great year. I think that's our job at Baylor. That's what we do. We want to prepare champions for life. I want to be a dream releaser for everybody in our program. So whether that's our technical coordinator, our assistant coach, our director of ops, our freshmen coming in is I feel my job, part of the calling, is to help paint a picture of their future in a way that they can achieve their dreams and accomplish something that's spectacular, that's impactful. Sam was a big part of our success. She was a great learner. She just started as a director of volleyball operations and moved in assistant coach. So incredible work ethic right there. And I think her and Jason, brought so much, and they're able to take the good things we were able to accomplish together here and some of their own things and add to it. So excited for, wish Jason wasn't in our conference and didn't play them. But no, volleyball's still a small part of the big picture. So I think, helping them also, like Sam gave birth to some of her children while she was coaching here.
You're
so
right.
it's so hard coaching on families. So if anything, I hope that we were able to model how to have a healthy family while being an elite level Division I coach is probably, hopefully the biggest gift and takeaway we were able to give them.
That's very good. And if we didn't say it, Sam's the head coach at SMU and having a great year. Back to Bob, and he says, this would be a good one to end on. If you could change one rule in volleyball, what would it be?
Yeah, I'd love, they don't talk about this one, I'd love to get rid of the overcall. Like there's kind of the ball's set really tight and the setter's ready to set it. You got to let them set it. But if they're attacking it, you can go over as far as you can to block it. So, there's kind of like, if the setter's going to attack it, you want to be over as far over to block it. And I feel the refs just miss that all the time. Like, did it cross the plane? Did it not cross the plane? I'm like, just let them go be physical and go get it. And if somebody wants to take the chance to block it, but the setter can get it, then that gives them an advantage and maybe make them pass off the net a little bit more. Nice. Probably one more thing just so the officials won't mess it up and take it out of their hands. Just let them play on it because,
challenge is a new part of the game, relatively new part.
Yeah,
of the,
but you can't challenge that part. So that's an unchallengeable one. So.
But I was going to say, the last match I was there, I think you were 3-0 on challenges.
Yeah, I think.
Is that BYU maybe?
Yeah, strategically got my wife in the right spot in the gym, and so
there you go.
she's got a good eye, and you know, whether she's right or not, I'm always going to go with her anyway. So, you know, sometimes I'll see it and go with it, and I think one of them told teammates, said, "Look, my wife said it was out, so I'm going to challenge that one. I can't."
Did you tell the refs
She
that?
was right. She was right on it. I didn't tell the refs that.
That's pretty good. Well, thanks for being here. Senior night tomorrow night, 7 o'clock in the Farrell Center, Baylor versus Texas Tech. And then at TCU next Wednesday to close the regular season. Then back in the NCAAs. Is this 10 years? This will be 10 years in a row, NCAAs?
Yeah.
I think that's right. Yep. So congratulations again on that. And we look forward to tomorrow night, senior night. And thanks for being with us.
Should be a fun one. Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much. Ryan
All right.
McGuyre, Baylor volleyball coach. We will take a break. When we come back, the other team that calls the Farrell Center home, that is acrobatics and tumbling. Felecia Mulkey will join us when we come back, so stay tuned for that on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finance, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. If you get a call saying they're going to lock you in jail for missing jury duty unless you pay a fine, that's fake. Scammers use scare tactics to force you to act without thinking. Just hang up the phone.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Join us November 13th at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame in Waco for Lunch with the Legend,
This needs
presented
to be
by
out.
Baylor Alumni Sports Outreach. Our special guest will be former Baylor basketball standout and entrepreneur Jim Turner. It's Thursday, November 13th, beginning at 11:30 a.m. at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, and tickets are available now by calling 254-710-8300. Join us as we hear from Jim Turner, November 13th, presented by Baylor Alumni Sports Outreach.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show, the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And welcome back on the Baylor Coaches Show, live from Rudy's this evening. The Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Let's give you our Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics health tip for the week. Don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott & White Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Specialist and move like you used to. And folks, welcome. Well, she's the GOAT, quite simply. It is Felecia Mulkey, acrobatics and tumbling coach here at Baylor. And you've just wrapped your arms around it when we call you the GOAT now.
Well,
it's kind of in your signature line now.
Only because you send me pictures of it.
I didn't send you the baby goats jumping. You found those.
I was proud of myself.
That was good.
Yeah.
But you are the GOAT.
Well, thank you.
And welcome. Glad you're here. Just back to Waco.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the We Coach that you were part of.
So I am on faculty for this organization called We Coach, and it's a women's coaches organization, and they support female coaches of all sports and all levels. So I can't remember, it was back like 2018, 2017, they asked me to come and speak on team culture. And since then, I've been able to go each year and be on their faculty during their NCAA Women's Coaches Academies. And they're typically held in Denver in May. And so
Okay.
I go up and they give me the end spot after dinner. So I have to keep everybody awake
Ooh,
right after
closer.
dinner. Yeah.
Way to go.
I don't know if it's closer. I think it was kind of it wasn't the greatest spot, but I mean, I pulled through. But it's really fun. I love to talk about team culture and be able to pour into coaches of all sports. So I really, it fills my cup to go do that. Well, this time was really special. It was the first time the Coaches Academy has been held at the NCAA home office, and the first time they've had one in the fall. So I went Monday night and spoke to class number 55 of the Women's Coaches Academy.
very
And
good.
I've not been at all 55 of them, but yeah, so it was really cool.
So what's the attendance like? How many are there?
So when I first started going to this, there was probably 50. I think they kept it small, and then a few years ago, I think they can get up to 100. I've been there; it's been larger.
Okay.
There were 78 coaches from, and it's usually NCAA coaches from all over the country, all different sports, and there were 78: lacrosse, tennis, track and field. I mean, you name it, and just young coaches that are just all female coaches. They're just like wrapping their arms around each other, lifting each other up. It was really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And what an honor for you to be asked to be on the faculty and to be one of the speakers.
Thank you. Yeah, I am honored every time they ask me, and then they just keep plugging me in that spot. So I'm like,
Good for you.
I'm just gonna keep them awake. So.
Good for you. That's great. All right, you got to tell everybody. Maybe you saw your post. I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
About the emerging sport display, I guess, at the NCAA headquarters.
Yeah. So if you've ever been to the NCAA office, they have a Hall of Champions, and it's basically a museum. And years ago, when I was still at the University of Oregon, I don't know why I was in Indianapolis, probably recruiting or something, but I was alone, and I went over I just wanted to see the office,
Right.
you know? And our goal has always been to be an NCAA sport. So this was well before we were even an emerging sport. And years ago, when I walked through, it was cool, and I'm looking at all the pictures of all the different NCAA sports, and I vividly remember thinking and telling my friends, one day we're going to be in there. Like one day acrobatics and tumbling is going to be in there. So haven't really thought about that in years. And so when I go to this event, I did not go and seek this out. I was actually wandering around waiting for my speaking time to start. And the organization was like taking pictures and doing this thing. And I wandered into the Hall of Champions and truly just turned a corner and had a double take, and there is acrobatics and tumbling
There
on
it
the wall.
is.
And I did. I got a little emotional. Thank God I was
Sure.
by myself. Nobody was around. I got a little emotional. But it was really cool, and all these memories kept flooding back of, wow, look how far we've come. But I didn't even think to go back in there and look. But there's a big emerging sport exhibit now, and I have a picture. If you follow me on social media at all, have a picture in front of it. And the next time I go, we're going to be under championship sports.
right.
That's
That's
the next
right.
one. But
Right.
it was really cool. It was you need a little bit of a little energy boost late in November when it's almost Thanksgiving
Right.
and you're just ready to go. But it was a good couple days.
That was a boost right
yeah,
there.
it really
wasn't
was. It really was.
Funny that you didn't go looking for it.
I did not.
Yeah.
I did not. I don't think the emotion would have been there had I
You're right.
been looking for it. It was more just like, oh my gosh, it caught me totally off guard. And how cool is that?
That is so great.
Yeah.
So in emerging sports status, next big date is January, the vote in January?
Yes, it is. The vote is in January, and I wish I knew the date off the top of my head so you guys can all send positive vibes, but it's in D.C.
Okay.
And during the NCAA convention, and that will be the confirmation vote through the membership for acrobatics and tumbling to be a championship sport.
Right.
And so
Will you be there?
Oh, yeah. I'm not missing it. So
Right.
I actually told my team today because I missed one practice for this thing, and they were asking me because they saw my post, and they were asking me all about it. We're talking about the history, and I told them, I said, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I'm going to miss a couple practices in January, but I'm not missing this. And they were like, go, send
Yeah,
pictures.
right.
So this is one that I'm going to be there for this one.
Great,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And there's no question in your mind. I mean, you've done all the work. It's just a matter of
well,
doing the official vote, right?
I mean, I'm knocking on wood, John.
Really?
I mean, we will. And the thing is we've been at this for 15 years, right,
Yeah.
or longer.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So I feel like there's been the goalposts have moved, and even when they told us that we were recommended for this vote, I kind of got emotional, and I was like, no, Felecia, you will not be emotional. You will wait until you see it. So I'm gonna wait to celebrate, but I am super excited. So
That's so good.
Yeah.
In January, and we'll figure out the date,
Yep,
and we'll
I will.
remind people about
I'll look
that.
at it.
Yeah, but that is so great, and being there for the We Coach, That's really, really cool that
Yeah.
you're invited every year to speak there.
Yeah, I hope every time I'm like, well, you guys can invite me back if you want. So I think they like me. Okay, but it's a fantastic organization. I encourage all women coaches to get involved in it. They have they're such support. They have the academies, but they do other things. Shayla Moore, my assistant coach, is expecting a new baby bear in May, and she just joined a We Connect through We Coach about moms and coaching.
Oh, wow.
So they do a lot of really cool things for women in coaching and just for retention in that area. So, yeah, I love that organization.
How about that? Very cool. Well, thanks for sharing the story with us.
Absolutely.
Let's take a break. Back with more in a moment with Felecia Mulkey, Baylor acrobatics and tumbling coach, live from Rudy's on the Baylor Coaches Show, and we'll be right back after this.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. Visit www.premier.care.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. In a long-distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. We are live at Rudy's, continuing with Coach Felecia Mulkey, the GOAT, the head coach of Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling. And you got the date of that NCAA convention, January
14th through 16th, I think, is when the votes are happening.
Gotcha.
D1 votes one day, and then D2 and 3. So if you know people at any other schools, you can call them and tell them to vote for acrobatics and tumbling.
Very good. Use your influence wherever you have influence, as if you don't have enough with everybody. Hey, we've got some really good questions from the audience. I want to make sure we have enough time for those.
Okay.
So let's go to questions right now.
Okay.
And you were here, and you heard when Coach McGuyre was on. There's really 3 hosts of the show tonight.
Fantastic.
It's I'm happen to be up here, but it's Roy and it's Bob. So we're going to go to Roy and Bob's questions for you, okay?
Okay, great.
And if anybody else has any, we would love to have your questions also. But we'll begin with Roy, and he says, every year we see new and different stunts. What can we expect this year?
So we do have some new things that we're going to be showing. I can't tell you just yet, but keep an eye on our social media. We always do like the 12 days of Christmas, and so we're going to be revealing them then. One of the coolest things that we're seeing happen this year, and that I just really love about the sport, is the marriage of all of the different disciplines that come into our sport. So we've seen this big acrobatic gymnastics influence, and you think, well, it's only going to be the acrobatic gymnasts that are doing these things. No, the gymnasts, the former cheerleaders that come onto the team, because we have all of these different backgrounds come in. They're all teaching one another, and it's not just the acro gymnasts that are doing these amazing feats of like ninja-like skills and stuff. So, but we'll have some new pyramids to show this year that I think will be very impressive, and then some just you'll see a lot of dynamic things where we're tossing and catching. So I'll leave it at that, but. Shayla does our social media. She said the 12 days of Christmas start on December the 14th.
Okay.
So, and then also we're doing new skill November. So if you keep your eye on our social media, we'll be revealing a couple of of new things here in a couple days. And I just can't believe the stuff they can do. They're just crazy, amazing kids. Yeah, so strong.
And what'd you tell me when you came up here? Your girls aren't here tonight because they're
so in the fall, when we do this in the fall, they lift on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Am I right? Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. And today is Wednesday, isn't it?
Yes,
wow. Oh, my
yes,
Lord.
Wednesday.
No, so today they're doing back squat maxes, so I'm getting updates on the back squat maxes. I told them if there was anything notable to let me know. So I can give you guys some numbers here in a minute.
That's amazing.
Shayla's sending them in.
Okay, good. All right, good question, Roy. Thank you. Bob, our other co-host, asked, are there any new rules this year in A&T?
I don't think so this year. There's more clarifications. Like, we're at the point where now I know why the NCAA rule book is so long, because it's like the gray area, right? So it's clarification. So there's a lot of clarifications, but nothing really, no new rules this year. I think in the next couple of years you'll see some change in our compulsory event, because the compulsory is that first event we compete where everybody does the exact same thing. And we do that because it's the basics of everything else we compete. And when the things that we compete begin to evolve into something else, the compulsories change, and that's for safety. So that'll be kind of cool in the next couple of years. I know the compulsory committee's working on that, but no new big rule changes yet. So,
very cool.
Yeah, when we get into the NCAA, I don't know that anything will change when that comes around, but yeah, I'll keep you updated.
All right, very good. Thank you, Bob. Roy asked, a lot of sports have recruiting class ranks. Is that something with acro?
You know, there was somebody out on Instagram that had an acrobatics and tumbling ranking. I don't know who was doing it, but it was fun.
It was me.
That would be amazing. But I think it's cool that people are paying enough attention to it now. And there's nothing out there that's official at all. But, I mean, we have the number one.
Of course you do.
No, but I think it is cool that people are keeping up with it. And what we're seeing is more and more people just getting involved, more athletes knowing about it, and then the schools building up. You're going to see a lot of talent. We're going to try to stay right at the top of the heap, but you're going to see a lot of talent from a lot of schools coming really quickly because so many athletes are there. I just can't have them all at Baylor. They have to go to other places, right? I can only take so many, so.
Give us a snapshot capsule of your signing class.
This is such a fun signing class, 15, which is big. So next fall, check on me in the fall when I have 15 freshmen on campus. But it's very well-rounded. They're from all different backgrounds. So a couple of acrobatic gymnasts will be coming in. There's a handful of competitive cheerleaders that come in from a gymnastics background through competitive cheer and are just amazing. Have a few just gymnasts, one from right here in Waco. So I really like that it is varied. I think very evenly in background and sport coming in, and then also in position when they get here, what position they play. There's an acrobatic top coming in, and she is, you'll meet Mo Arthur. If you haven't already met her, you got to come meet her at these home meets. She is an acrobatic base. Well, her partner for I don't know, a million years, really since they were this big, her acrobatic partner is coming next year.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't been able to talk about it because Ariana hadn't signed yet, but they'll be reunited next year here. And the things that they did in acrobatic gymnastics, we'll be introducing those to the world of collegiate acrobatics and tumbling. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. And aside, then the tumblers, we have tons of just amazing, powerful tumblers. So I'm excited about this class.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I can tell.
And good kids and good people, good families. If you saw that post, we're talking about social media a lot today. We must be influencers.
You are.
No, we are. But today on our social media, we did a post with all the families too. So it's a good group.
Okay. Final multi-part question from Bob. Who seems to be the number one leader on this year's team, and who's the team comedian, and who's the best tumbler? And who is the strongest base?
I like this. Okay. So the number one leader, I would say it's weird on our team because I don't choose captains. I won't allow captains because I feel like if you draw lines between people, you give automatic drama, number one. Number two, there's so much pressure. I know what the pressure is to be on my A game every day going into practice. I don't want to put that on any athlete. They have to come in on their A game anyway. So we don't name captains. We just really encourage them to lead where they lead. So some lead in the classroom, some lead at practice, some lead, on the mat on game day. and just find the way that they lead and do it well. So I don't really have a number one leader. I have a ton of amazing leaders that lead us in different ways, which I think makes us really strong. I have some loud ones, but loud doesn't always mean lead, right? So, but they're fun. They are a lot of fun. Team comedian. Oh, man. Well, I know who wants to be a team comedian, but that doesn't always work out when you want to be. They're all hilarious and just jokesters, so I don't know if there would be one. There's a kiddo from out of Niceville, Florida, Ava Floro. She is a hoot, and she is always keeping us on our toes. And then the best tumbler, Peyton Washington is still here, and she is amazing. Emily Bott is still here, and they are just impeccable. There's a handful of new tumblers that are going to come on the scene this year too. I think somebody that you guys haven't seen a lot is Sarah Kerr, and she's a sophomore, freshman last year. And she competed out there in some individual passes a couple of times, but has really grown. And I think you're going to see her a lot more. And she has the same dynamic amplitude that you see with Emily Bott and Peyton Washington, and just this really amazing gymnastics technique. So keep your eye on Sarah Kerr. And then let's see, strongest base. Well, let's see what Shayla said. I think that when you see our team this year, I think what you're going to see is just strength across the board. And I know that sounds like I'm flaking out, not answering the question. I think if you put them in the weight room, the stronger bases overhead are going to be Meredith Wells, Mo Arthur, and Levy McDonald. Those are going to be your stronger bases overhead. But then I have this athlete on my team. Her name is Gabby Vaffy, and she does not look like a base, but she will lift all of you up and hold you up.
Wow.
So it really comes down to technique, too. I can't wait for you guys to see them. We're going to do some exhibitions at men's and women's basketball in January, and then you've got to come out to some meets because they will wow you with just how much depth there is. All of them. Last year we had a couple of people that could do the hold it overhead and slide to split and all these amazing feats of strength. Everybody can do that now. Just wait until you see the power and the strength that they have and the flexibility. So, yeah, I'm excited. Get me excited about the year. I was ready for Thanksgiving, but now I'm ready to compete.
You're ready to go. Take a break. Back with more with Coach Felecia Mulkey right after this.
The spotlight's back on the Brazzers, and the stage is set at Foster Pavilion. Baylor women's basketball returns with head coach Nikki Collin and a team that knows how to bring the heat. From tip-off to the final buzzer. Place louder, rowdier, or more electric than the Foster. Don't just hear about the big wins, witness them. Lock in your seats and fill Foster with green and gold. Purchase your season tickets now at BaylorBears.com/tickets.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Don't buy from social media ads unless the ad is from a verified company. When you click those ads, you open yourself up to fraud. If it seems too good to be true, it almost always is.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank. Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. Without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Coach Felecia Mulkey on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank, here live from Rudy's. Quick update, you say you got 2 new schools that have added the sport.
Well, I woke up to an email this morning from an athletic director, a Division I athletic director in the Northeast. I won't say the school yet because he hasn't announced, but he said we're adding. They're about to hire a coach.
Great.
So that was one ad. And then 2 or 3 hours later, another athletic director from the same region, same conference that are looking to add. So I have a couple phone calls coming up. So, yeah, we just continue to grow. It's really exciting.
Do you know off the top of your head the number adding those two?
We're close. We're nearing 60 now.
Okay,
I don't know. It's good to be able to lose count because there's so many. But yeah, it's exciting.
Once you pass 40,
exactly.
It's all gravy now.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being with us. We
Thank
appreciate it very much. Have a great Thanksgiving,
You too.
and then Christmas beyond that. We'll have you back in the spring.
Okay, I look forward to it.
Felecia Mulkey, the GOAT, the Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling head coach. Final break. Back after this.
Premier ER and urgent convenience of urgent care with
8
all
seconds.
the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At
So
every
don't
visit,
worry about it.
be
Just,
seen
you
by
know, close as
ER-trained
possible.
staff With
Don't
on-site
rush.
lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you
No,
receive.
don't rush.
and we are
Just
in
wrap it
network
up
with most
naturally.
major
It's no big
insurance
deal.
providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas. San
Nobody's
Marcos,
going to know an
Temple,
extra 30
Waco, and
seconds to a
Woodway.
minute, you
To
know?
learn more, visit www.premier.care.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics.
And we're not rushing to go.
Find out why more Central Texans are making TFNB.
We're
their
doing the
bank
full
for life.
interview,
Sign up
even
for
if we
our
have to
Edge
go
checking
over.
and savings accounts to earn interest
100%.
or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Hey Baylor fans, game day experiences for the 2025 football season are on now. Fans can purchase exclusive experiences online, including on-field photos, sideline access during warm-ups, tunnel access during the team runout, an in-game radio booth experience with the voice of the Bears, a birthday bash, and much more. There is limited availability per game, so purchase your experience today at BaylorBears.com/group experiences to lock in your one-of-a-kind game day experience today.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll beat all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And back with just enough time to say thanks for being with us. Thanks to Ryan McGuyre and Felecia Mulkey. We'll be back next Wednesday for our next Baylor Coaches Show, live from Rudy's.
You've been listening.
All right, bud. Good show. Talk to you
Baylor
tomorrow.
Coaches Show, presented by Central.